bet you any money
Yes,
that Charles is this nigga's father, bro.
Fine. Sacrifice. Don't you talk to me about sacrifice, Charles. I had to send my son back to the island, knowing full well that...
That's my son too, Eloise.
Just cut his dick off. That's what I would have done. Shit, if
You
I was Norman...
it.
Tu sei una carteggiani?
Se volete ricerà così.
Io pensavo che mio figlio se ne fotteva. Federico prima. Tu sei più buono col gioco mio. Are you ready?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, man, to some Mad Men. It has been an incredible journey watching this show, and I know I've had a lot to say. I know probably some people are not going to like what I have to say, what I had to say in the last episode. I think I talked a lot during the episodes, but more than likely, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I'm going to cut some of it out to not make it seem like that. But if you want to see the full version of the video, of course, the link is down in the description for the full reaction. You can hear all the sentences and how long it took me to get through saying what I was saying. But I like to have that time because when I'm watching the videos, stop the video and talk about what I want to talk about. It provides context, it provides value, so I try to do that as much as possible in my videos. So if you guys just want to watch reactions with no commentary and stuff like that, maybe my channel is just not for you. And I'm not afraid to say that, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to build up people, right? I'm trying to build up people to help them to understand that there's certain narratives out there, and according to what I'm watching and stuff like that, I will draw parallels from it, and I will explain how I feel about it and what it means if my opinion is different from what is being portrayed or in line with or whatever the situation is, and I will take the time to do that. But if you disagree, that's fine. You can always put that in the comment section. I usually respond to the comments or whatnot, and there's plenty of times that people has disagreed with me in the past. It's not a big deal. We can have civil discourse. Maybe you'll change my mind about something based on, you know what I'm saying, based on your perspective and stuff like that. And that has happened too in the past. So hey, by all means, the comment section is open for you guys to comment and stuff like that. And I know, okay, the repercussions of some of the stuff that I say is not going to resonate with the majority, if you will. But the way how I try to explain things, I think I explain things from a perspective where you can look at it and say, you know what, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it takes me a while to get my point out, or to, you know, to explain what I'm talking about sometimes. And sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to really get to the point, because I'm doing this on the fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as smart as some people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When it comes on to articulating certain things, I know what I'm thinking and I'm trying to get it out. And to also, you know what I'm saying, get it out in a way where people can digest it. You get what I'm saying? It's not very easy. Some people are very good public speakers. I'm not one of those people. It takes me a while to get to my point sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes it takes me a while to get to the point of what I'm trying to say. And you know, it may seem like a roundabout way of getting to stuff, but hey, if you're not willing to be patient to get my point and to understand everything I'm saying, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. It is what it is. But yeah, if you guys want to see more Mad Men episodes, man, you want to watch ahead of YouTube to hear my thoughts and stuff like that on Mad Men, make sure you go check out the Patreon and membership on the old channel. Links are down in the description. Let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys for the review.
When did you get up?
I don't know.
I need you to fix the outlet in the dining room.
I thought you were going to call an electrician.
All you need to do is unscrew the fuse and replace the plug, Don. I need to be able to plug in the hot plate.
Okay. Look, you've got a week before this party, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. Carla will help you.
I'm going to have a house full of people. I'd appreciate it if you take care of the things on the list.
Bertie, I'll fix it.
Thank you.
As of today, you were costing this company more than you were making it.
Excuse me?
Tim Dunn's called from Maytag. There was a scene with a murderous Russian spy who was referred to as an agitator repeatedly. And this led into a Maytag spot, the title of which is The Amazing Agitator.
Really?
Is this all a big joke to you? The Russians are still our enemy, you know.
This will not happen again.
You need to get your department in line or I'll gut it.
Yes, sir. I'll get to the bottom of this.
That's not my fault they put it there.
Heineken was pleased but confused.
The fact that you don't use their product?
That's why I brought Campbell.
So what's the problem?
Here's Pete
They're
again.
competing at the tap.
Did you explain to them that there's a market that's actually excited about Heineken being imported? For women entertaining in the home, Holland is Paris. They can buy this sophisticated beer and proudly walk it into the kitchen instead of hiding it in the garage. We'll go up and down the Hudson, northern New Jersey, Connecticut, the Cash Belt. Set up
I
a few
don't
end aisle displays
drink
at the
anymore,
A&Ps,
so-
away from the other beer.
We can try that. Maybe short, uneven stacks, make it look popular. Plus, housewives love green.
You're still gonna have to sit down and sell this to them.
Housewives love green.
Mitch says you want to expand your department. Looks pretty big already.
Well, the way other television departments have this set up, and I've checked on this, there should be a dedicated man for broadcast operations. I'm really the face of the television department for the clients.
Have you noticed we're full up? Who's going to pay this person? You?
The money we save avoiding surprises will make it worthwhile. I don't think Mitch has been very happy with my recent promotion.
Are you?
Yes, of course.
Figure out a way to do the job yourself.
Great. May I be of some assistance? When you think of it.
I'm sorry. What?
I received a memo from Mr. Sterling's office saying that you needed a girl to help you with your workload. Well, I don't know what you had in mind, but we are spread very thin.
Hello, Joan.
Hello, Warren.
I need someone to run our commercial scripts past the networks for approval.
I've
Can't you
gotten
just use Messenger?
No, that person also has to read the network scripts for me and really make sure our clients aren't misrepresented. My wife is pregnant. I just want to get out of here at a reasonable hour.
How many are there? And what are they looking for?
We just want to nip any problems in the bud.
Why can't I do that?
Because you already have a job.
No, I mean talk to her like that. She's
'Cause
so
it's-
much woman.
He's not trying to bang her, that's why.
Hello, Mrs. Draper.
Betty.
Oh, he actually
These are
came.
beautiful.
I'm sorry I'm late. My date canceled. Sorry I'm late. I didn't want to come stag.
Who cares?
I don't know. My wife hated odd numbers.
If you wish, you can leave your drinks here and join us in the dining room.
Terrific. So, Rogers and Cowan. It's a good place to be right now.
We're gonna take a little trip around the world, starting in Spain with gazpacho, followed by Japan, rumaki, and then we'll stop by Dutchess County for a leg of lamb. And we have a choice of Burgundy from France or a frosted glass of beer from Holland.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, they're trying
Did
to
you
push
bring
the
a case from
Heineken,
work?
right?
No. You went out and bought that. At the store.
Carla did some of the marketing, but no, I did. Why? What's so funny?
Crab, if you want to be in business with someone who knows their stuff.
Heineken is one of our clients.
He said you were the market, and you are.
Yeah, she didn't
What
get
an
it.
interesting experiment.
I have to sit down.
Oh, please do.
She didn't get it because
Now
it's
who
like
wants wine?
she already buys Heineken for him, so that's why he's like, this is too on the nose.
I didn't know you were such a reader.
It's part of my job.
I thought you just walked around with people staring at you.
You.
I don't think she liked the fact that she was being used to sell.
Hey,
You embarrassed me.
What did I
Explain.
do?
You knew I would buy that beer.
So what?
Because you know me so well. You know everything about me.
I use our life all the time in my work. They pay me for that.
Must be so funny being in on it.
Come on. You're taking this the wrong way.
You embarrassed me.
Okay.
I didn't mean it.
You never mean it. You just do whatever you want.
No one is going to remember that. You know what they're going to remember? Petra Colson missing her chair. Come on, leave this. You're tired. Let's go upstairs.
I'm not going to bed. Not until you tell me why you insist on humiliating me.
Jesus Christ,
Betty, I can't
woman.
talk
Get the out of here, man. Like, that's the thing that I'm talking about. Like, Betty's just, like, I can blame Don all day for some of the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, for the things that he does. But Betty is the type of woman, man, that is just like, it's just, she has the home wife stuff down. But her attitude, and this is what I'm saying, a lot of times, a lot of this stuff is just, it comes out of left field with women. A lot of this stuff, when they have a problem with something, it just comes out of left field, and it's just like, bruh, you're not being straight up about, okay, you feel embarrassed because you weren't in on the whole situation. Okay, he wanted it to be anonymous so you can respond in kind. If he had told you, right? If he had told you that, hey, make sure you buy some Heineken because I got some people coming over, right? Make sure you buy Heineken, then it's going to seem planned, right? It's going to seem planned because then you wouldn't have had the natural response of them be like, well, he said that you were the market and they didn't believe that it was true. You can that's nothing to get upset over. Oh, great. They weren't laughing at you either. They were just laughing at the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they didn't believe. Because even when dude was talking, he was like, there's no way you didn't bring this from the office. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too on the nose. It was too on the nose. Because they didn't believe that you know what I'm saying? He used her. I get it, he used her, but he didn't use her in a bad way. He used her in a good way to help prop up the family, and he does this all the time where he uses family as an example to, to show clients what we do. You know what I'm saying? And that family life, and I just don't get it. Betty, I don't know. And a lot of times it's just not what they're upset about. It's not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's stemming from something else, why they act like this. It's just weird.
When you're like this, you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
For real.
I know about you and that woman. You.
It's always about something else.
Bobby Barrett.
What?
How could you? She's so old.
That's it?
I'm just telling you I know. Jimmy told me everything.
Jimmy. He hates me.
He told me everything.
Oh, please. What the hell did he say? I'm not going to dignify Jimmy Barrett with a response. He's a big mouth. And don't pretend I don't know how he looks at you. You think I would sleep with that woman?
You can't help yourself. Admit it.
Admit.
You're lying.
Damn, Don is cold with it, though. He cold with it, man. Yo, he not confessing to that. You know how it is. You know he ain't confessing to that. He gotta be caught red-handed. Trust me.
This is Mr. Pastern and Mr. Costas from Maytag.
Are we all better now?
Yes. Process seems to be streamlined.
Yes. Joan is handling broadcast operations.
I had no idea. I would have combed my hair before I called you.
I've got next
Why?
scripts.
Don't hold anything back now.
Oh, she won't.
Hell of an operation you got here, Crane.
I think so.
I I wanted to talk about Joan as a character because I feel like I know that I've talked about things in the past according to Peggy, but Peggy doesn't handle it really well. The thing that I love about Joan is that she stays in her femininity while doing things. And I'm actually surprised that she doesn't have like a higher position in because she offers so much. I'm very surprised. I mean, she has a very good position, don't get me wrong. She's over all the secretaries and essentially she delegates, so she has a very good position in the company as well. But I'm actually she's a you know what I'm saying, especially when it comes on to like maybe like the women products and stuff like that. I would definitely look for her input in certain things because she knows how to carry herself and not even when she's telling somebody off, she still stays feminine. I love that in a woman. I don't know if you guys have the same sentiment or you don't care, whatever, but I love that because nowadays all you really get is more women trying to be men, and they're encouraging men to be women, you know what I'm saying, to be more feminine, which is it's just crazy to me.
Phil, good to see you as always.
Francis, can we get you something? We've got a fridge full of Heineken out there.
Oh, it's 11 a.m. for Pete's sake.
We explained to you before that research shows that with a rise in commuters and the relative scarcity of suburban bars, people are drinking more in the home.
Yes, we heard you. Entertaining, housewives, etc.
And honestly, I agree with you, but, well, we ran a little test, and the results were very enlightening.
Was there a spike?
The sample was very small, but what we put out sold well. More important was who it sold to. This is an untapped market where you dictate the competition.
Don's wife, she's a peach of a girl. They had a dinner party. We're talking days after placement. Then she had this elaborate, elegant setup, foods from around the globe. And sure enough, there was your Heineken, right next to the bone china and the polished sterling. She's exactly who we're after. Well off, educated, with plenty of time to shop. And it's important for her that she's the perfect hostess, the perfect wife.
And so I take your word on this?
Why would I lie? We're the ones who are going to have to deliver.
I guess we could throw it in the mix.
I would recommend buying airtime during Love of Life. Women watching TV during the day like to fantasize about having active lifestyles. They like where they could be going with sea and ski.
I know my daughter missed a lot of classes in college for her stories. My wife brought the TV home.
There you go.
Mr. Hanson, I don't know how Mr. Crane feels about this, but I've been reading the scripts. I don't want to give it away, but someone people think is dead is not. This is what they call a special summer storyline, and I've spoken to Logan Reynolds over at CBS, and it's going to receive a lot of promotion.
This sounds better.
Well, if you lock them in at this rating and then they exceed it, there's a bang for your buck factor, isn't there?
I would say so.
Then you should do that.
That's why I didn't want to do this on the phone. I love what she says, and I love the way she says it.
Oh,
Let me walk
God.
you out.
I ain't gonna lie. Joan really grinds my gears too, my guy.
I went through every pocket and every drawer, and there's nothing.
Would you stop? How much have you had to drink?
I don't even know why I bothered looking. I would never do this to you. How could you do this to me?
I didn't do anything.
You catch him in the act, he can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't accuse him because of what Jimmy said. I mean, he is, and we, the audience, know that he is cheating, but you need to find proof. You have to have proof because he's never going to admit to it just like that. Has she
I don't
found
want it to be like this.
Me either.
Don't.
nothing happened.
You never say you love me.
Yes, I do. You know I do.
Do you hate me?
What?
God, no.
Oh my God. Sure don't act like you want to keep it though, Don. Let's keep it 100. Daddy is fed up.
Hello, Joan.
You wanted to see me?
Joan, this is Danny Lindstrom.
Dan.
He's going to be in charge of broadcast operations.
Excuse me?
I've really appreciated you filling in. I couldn't have asked for more. Joan knows everything about this. It'd be great if you could fill him in on how it works.
Right now?
That's not cool. That's not cool. I would never do something like that. I would never do something like that. She wanted that job. That is so... I don't even know what to say. I don't think anyone in their right mind would do something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just something that happened in the 60s. I don't know. But that's just wrong, bro. That's just wrong. That's crazy that you had her fill in like that, seeing that she's the right person for the job. She got you that account and all this other stuff, made everything work. And you're just going to dismiss her like this? Not even offer her the job? At the very least, you should have offered her the job. It'd be like, if you wanted, you could take it, but you won't be in charge of, you know what I'm saying, the secretaries anymore. At the very least, you should have been offered that job. That's crazy, dude.
It's really just reading the scripts. All of them. How their products may be portrayed to their advantage. And of course, getting the cooperation of the networks.
Listen, you're going to be around to help with the details, right?
No.
Yes, of course. Anything else?
No, Joan. And thank you again.
There's no way I would let that
wonderful.
talent
It's completely automatic.
just to
leave it.
completely teach somebody how to do that again? Hell no.
Hello?
Don't come home.
What?
Okay.
I don't care what you do, I just don't want you here.
Then
I don't want to see you.
can't just tell a man to not come home to his house. Don, you should go home. You know what I'm saying? She still don't have any proof you did anything. Don was not caught cheating, but he was accused of cheating. We, the audience, know that he's not cheating, but sometimes I don't know what she found. I don't know. She didn't find anything. She just very intense about believing what Jimmy said, which I think is I don't know. Does Don deserve what's being happening to him right now? Yes, 100% he deserves it. But when somebody accuses you of something, say for instance Don wasn't actually cheating. If I was in Don's position, I would still go home. You have no proof that I'm doing anything, right? You have no proof. It's just your instinct or whatever the situation is, or whatever you think is happening. But you're not going to accuse me of something with no evidence of it happening other than somebody telling you that it's happening. You know what I'm saying? And just going off of what? Your instinct about something? No, you gotta come with some hard evidence for me to stay away from my house, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this, right? Listen, I've been to that place where, you know, arguing with a wife. I was married, arguing with a wife over stupid shit. Like, I've been there. I know what that's like, right? I never cheated. I was accused of cheating, right? Towards the end of the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end of the marriage, I was accused of cheating because I was talking to an old friend of mine that I went to school with and stuff like that, and we were just catching up, right? We were just catching up and stuff like that, and for some reason, I can tell you the exact instance of what happened as well, right? For some reason, she thought this girl lived in Florida as well, which she didn't at the time, right? And furthermore, if she did live in Florida, we were talking about miles and miles away, because she did move to Florida after a while, right? And I had no intentions of being with this girl or anything like that. We just knew each other from back home in Jamaica. Like, I'm talking about way back. Like, we went to school together when we were like in, I don't know, you would call it like middle school here. Not middle school, because not middle. It was like kindergarten. Like, we knew each other from like kindergarten days. Like, we grew up together pretty much. We went to basically the same school for like when we went to the same high school, you know, we went to the same middle school, if you will, if you want to call it that, and we went to the same kindergarten school. So you're talking about years and years of friendship, right? I had no intention of being with this woman. No intention whatsoever, right? And for some reason, my girlfriend started to find earrings in our apartment that we were living with at the time. She found the back of an earring or something like that. Now, this is an apartment, okay, that people has lived in before. So it's possible that you could have found something in the apartment that didn't belong, right? Or didn't belong, or doesn't seem like it's from us or anything like that. Because she didn't wear earrings, so she thought it really weird to find an earring back in the apartment, and thought I was bringing women there and doing whatever, you know, while she was at work or whatnot, right? Of course I denied it, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, as I said, she thought I was cheating, whatnot. She got over it. You know what I'm saying? She got over it after she realized that it's a bunch of bullshit, because I'm just not that type of dude. I don't do stuff like that. And furthermore, we were very close to the people who lived on the two sides of the two apartments that was closest to us. There were people that lived there that we, you know, said hello to and stuff like that. And they don't, you know what I mean? They don't see me bringing nobody here. You know what I mean? So I'm not bringing anybody there. And I'm trying to explain that to her, and I'm like, yes, it's an old apartment. You know what I'm saying? People has lived there before. It's a possibility that there's an earring back here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's a big deal? You know what I mean? There's a possibility, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I don't know how this thing end up in the apartment. But whatever. Furthermore, she couldn't even provide me with the earring back. I was like, where's this mysterious earring back you're talking about? She couldn't even show it to me, because I don't know if she threw it away as soon as she found it, or she was just trying to say something so that maybe I would confess, or you know, I don't know what she was up to. You know what I mean? Of course, the whole sleeping on the couch thing happened and all of this other stuff. Eventually we moved out of that apartment. Not by means that I wanted, but you know, she couldn't afford the apartment anymore at the time, because she kicked me out. She kicked me out of the apartment. I'm giving you guys an insight into the marriage that I had, right? Just an insight. So I remember the night that I left, that she was like, oh, I want you out, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. The night that I left, when I called my sister and I told her, listen, I don't really have anywhere to go right now, so until I can find somewhere to go, you know what I'm saying, can I stay with you for a bit? Because you know, whatever, I don't even remember what happened, and I think we were having a huge argument the night she kicked me out. I was like, oh, fine, I'm out, because I'm not gonna stay here and just be angry about something that I didn't do, or whatever you're accusing me of, or whatever you're saying or arguing and talking about, I'm not this, I'm not that. This is a woman that came home and just would lock herself in the bedroom and not say anything to me, not talk to me and stuff like that. She just walk past me. She comes from work, just walks past me and just like absolutely no respect, right? Now, this is how much of a simp and stupid I am. We still stayed together, I think probably another year or two after that, maybe like a year and a half after that, because I went and got my own place, right? She lost the apartment, right? She lost the apartment. And then I went to her because she went back to live with her mom. And I went and I said, come live with me. We're still married. I still want to make this work. I didn't do no fuck shit that you thought I did, or whatever the situation is. And I brought her into my new place and whatsoever. And things were better. Things were good for a while. But then when I started to realize, you know what, this is just not going to work. This is just not going to work, because we argue over these silly things. And then, as you all know, I may not have talked about it on any of these videos, but we had an argument. She slapped me in the face because I told her I didn't care about that. So I came home, like, things were getting to a point where I was working construction at the time. So talk about coming home and being tired, and then having to hear somebody that's been home all day doing absolutely nothing because she doesn't cook for me, right? She doesn't cook for me. Like, I literally have to be begging this woman to cook me a hot meal. She doesn't care, right? And I'm out there doing it, right? She doesn't make sure I have breakfast before I leave the house or anything like that. She's not doing anything. She's at home looking for jobs, whatever the situation is. And, you know, I didn't want to say anything to her. I didn't want to say anything to her about it, because I'm just like, you know what? She's in a vulnerable state. Whatever the situation is, I'm here, I'm providing, I'm making sure we have somewhere to live. You know what I'm saying? I remember one night I had to walk to the supermarket, because at the time we didn't have a car. And I had to walk to the supermarket. I'm talking about probably about maybe 3-4 miles to the supermarket, get the groceries, and walk back with the groceries. Talking about heavy shit, right? Take my time, you know, made it or whatever, and came home. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even make a big deal out of it, because in the day I left, you know what I'm saying, I left my card with her and told her to go get groceries, and she didn't. And you know what I mean, for whatever the situation is, I literally went to work that day and didn't even have cash on me. I went through the day and didn't even eat. And then I told her, I said, nothing is in the house to cook or eat. Can you go get some groceries? Whatever. I don't care if you have to walk. We need food. You know what I'm saying? Figure out a way to get there. Take the bus, whatever. You have my card. Do what you got to do. Right? Came home. Card was in the same place I left it. This girl did not give a shit about me. I don't know if she gave a shit about anything else, but she didn't give a shit about me. Right? And that night we had, I believe it was that same night, but it was like probably like the night after that, we had an argument and she slapped me in the face. And that's where I draw the line. Physical altercations between a man and a woman it's not equal. And if I hit you, I know I'm going to jail. So I left that night. She slapped me in the face. We had an argument, blah, blah, blah. And that was that, right? That was the last time we spoke. That was the last time we spoke about anything until there was the divorce proceedings, of course. And we didn't really talk. My lawyer spoke to her because I didn't want to say anything. But this is what I'm saying, where if you're a man and nobody has solid evidence about anything that you're accusing you of, you don't need to comply with whatever you're doing. But I get why Don stayed away. I do understand why he stayed away, because you never know. Women are conniving. She could try to kill you in your sleep. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Betty's a murderer by any means, but you know what I'm saying? You're not going to tell me to stay away from my home and my kids. That's not going to happen, especially when you have no evidence of me doing anything. You get what I'm saying? Yes, Don deserves what he's getting, but he's being accused. He's guilty before even proven innocent. He's not innocent. He's guilty before he's even proven guilty, I should say. Right? So it's not, I think I would go home. This is me. If I was in Don's shoes, I would still go home. You have no evidence. This is just how you feel about things right now. I'm not saying that Don is right, but Never let somebody accuse you of something, because when you comply with what they want, it's like, oh, I don't want you home right now because you cheated. When you comply, you're admitted to guilt. In other words, you're admitted to guilt, that you're guilty about something because you obeyed, right? You obeyed. So it's like, I would have gone home and talk with her again. It's like, what is this? What do you mean I could come home? This is my home. I pay for this. You don't pay for this. What do you mean? You're accusing me of something that you have no proof of, that somebody told you what's happening, or whatever the situation is. No, bring me some proof of me cheating. Then we can have a conversation. Then you can demand that I don't come home. Then you can do these things, but it's not going to happen until then. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you could leave. Fuck that. You could leave. And you are going to leave the kids here too. Period. Straight up. Just saying. So, also talking about the situation that's happening with Joan as well. I was not in agreement with that. She can do the job. You give her the job. At the very least, you should offer her the job. You don't just hire somebody else after she's been helping you all this time to get that account down and to do the job. You, at the very least, you got to offer her that job. And stuff like that has happened to me in the workplace as well, where I help people out in different departments and stuff like that while working with them, and help them out because they're short a person, or they don't have enough person working in the department or whatever, and they just need help for, you know, a few days or whatever. And then maybe they get a promotion based on that work or whatever, and they don't even say, you know what, I'm gonna bring this dude with me because he helped me. I've been in those positions before, and it's not nice. It's not cool to be in those positions. You feel so left out and you feel empty. You feel like you didn't really do anything. You did something for nothing, and it's just not a great feeling. So I do understand where Joan is coming from. Also, I don't feel like Joan really wants to be a typical housewife. I don't think that's the life she wants. And I think also with the whole thing with Peggy moving up and stuff like that, I think she kind of wants that, but she's not really expressing it as much as she would want to, because she does have a lot to offer, you know what I'm saying? And I love her character, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, it's that balance again that I've talked about, man. It's just that balance is like, you can't, women want their cake and eat it too. It just doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's very few women that can actually balance that out, balance their masculinity versus their femininity. And I think women should remain in their femininity. But if you're going to go into that world, and I think out of everybody, I think she would be able to navigate it a lot better than Peggy would. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, man, that dude was trash for doing that. I didn't like that at all. Somebody does the work and help you out. At the very least, give her the chance to turn the job down. You know what I'm saying? And say, you know, I'm good where I'm at. But you don't just, you know what I'm saying, just use her like that, and not at the very least acknowledge what she does. Like, that's grimy, dude. That's grimy. So I was not on board with that. But of course, Betty feeling used in this episode, I get where she's coming from, but we all know it wasn't about that. It wasn't about the dinner party. It wasn't about the Heineken. It wasn't about any of that. She talking about she was embarrassed. You was not embarrassed. You was the whole thing that happened with Jimmy. That's what you were. That's what was on your mind, and you didn't know how to bring it up to Don until you finally said it, because he kind of forced it out of you, because he was like, "What's going on?" Because it can't be about that small stuff. It ain't about that, and we all know how women argue. You know what I'm saying? We all know that, you know, they might be upset about you leaving a glass on the table, and it's never about that. It's always about something else. You get what I'm saying? There's always some deeper thing to it, and they just, you know, you have to kind of like force it out of them. It's like, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? I get it. Some women are very straightforward, and that's cool. But the majority of women, they play mind games, and I hate that. They expect you to read their minds and know what's going on. No. Be straight up. Say what's on your mind. Say what's going on. What's been bothering you? What, you know what I'm saying? What is going on? So, yeah, man, great episode. Love the episode, and this this show is full of, you know what I'm saying, just overall can make just videos and talk about each episode of the show. Like, I wish I could find a reactor that could react with me, like, and I could have, like, we could have a discussion, like a podcast discussion or something like that about these shows while we're watching them, and just have a conversation about the episode itself. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was somebody out there I could do that with, but I don't know. If you guys know of a reactor out there that would love to do something like that, that is watching the show right now or whatever, I would more than happy to reach out to them and do something like that for real. Because I think there's a lot of like social commentary that could be made about the show that still applies, even though this was in the 60s, it still applies today. So it's just crazy like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace.